I'm Emily Rose.
And I'm Dan Philgreen. Welcome to the weekend edition of Shell Point Today for May 25th, 26th, and 27th.
We get the weekend going by getting an inside look at the process of making Shell Point life.
When the magazine first comes back to the printer, we have a whole box of magazines that are delivered to our office, and it's always fun to grab the one on top and crack it open and just smell that fresh ink and paper. There's something about it all coming together and being done and seeing a fresh copy that just feels great.
The Green Team stops by for a preview of their environmental efforts.
Harry Truman once said the buck stops here. I'd like to change that a little bit and say the buck starts here. If recycling is going to work, it's got to start with each of us, each of the courts, and each of the people.
David Pavey delivers another powerful devotional.
On Friday, March the 23rd, 2018, Julie, the cashier, went to work at the supermarket as usual. But nothing else was as usual that day.
And we take a look back at another action-packed week worth of stories here at SBTV.
Well, speaking of action-packed, did you know, Emily, that on this day in history, May 24th, 1977, a day I remember well, Star Wars made its box office debut. The blockbuster ushered in a new era of theater-going, with Memorial Day weekend officially kicking off the summer blockbuster movie season. The iconic Star Wars would go on to shatter box office records, earning $800 million and 7 Oscars. The movie launched an unstoppable franchise that includes 5 sequels, 3 prequels, video games, books, toys, and any other thing that can strap on the Star Wars logo. And the tradition continues because hitting theaters this weekend is the first Star Wars cinematic spin-off, Solo, making its debut 41 years to the day after the original movie.
I'm very excited for this movie to come out.
It's going to be awesome. Did you know, I remember reading in American Cinematographer magazine when they were making the first movie, I was in college, they based all those combat scenes in space on World War II fighter plane combat footage.
Really?
So that's where that all came from.
Well, I read that Star Wars comes from a Western storyline narrative.
That explains a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. And speaking of Westerns, this Monday you can catch a showing of the film Cat Ballou starring Jane Fonda. This 1965 vintage film follows the story of an upper-class woman who becomes an outlaw to seek vengeance on a company that stole her land. With a fantastic dual performance from the legendary Lee Marvin, this is a hysterical and action-packed movie you don't want to miss. Catch your viewing of Cat Ballou at 6:45 in the Social Center on Monday.
Remember, this Friday and Saturday is the Memorial Day sale, the weekend sale at the Community Thrift Store. And to celebrate, they are offering 50% off everything in the store. You heard me right, 50%. That means you can get half off all clothing, electronics, books, appliances, and so much more. It's the ultimate sale that you will regret missing. Stop by between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Friday or Saturday and make sure to secure this amazing deal. If you have any questions about the thrift store, feel free to contact them at 239-225-6529.
Are you interested in a unique and relaxing music experience like no other? Well, next Tuesday, stop by the Grand Cypress Room at 7 p.m. for a performance from the Southwest Florida Handbell Ensemble. Listen to the whimsical melodies orchestrated by director Michael Hellman. The group contains 5 octaves of handbells and hand chimes that blend effervescent sounds into the atmosphere. It's a musical adventure that you're going to want to partake in, so stop by and enjoy the unique concert.
Also happening next week is the Resident Hurricane Seminar. On May 31st at 10:15 in the Village Church, join safety specialist Roy Nestor as he gives in-depth information about storm preparation, shelter kits, and resident responsibilities. You will also be able to ask any questions of Shell Point's hurricane management team, as well as our own consulting meteorologist. With hurricane season rapidly approaching, this is a seminar that everyone is encouraged to attend to make sure you are well prepared for Florida's stormy season.
Shell Point is always improving on the beauty of the community, and that's why we want to remind you that beginning June 3rd, the Crystal Dining Room will be closed as part of this rejuvenation project. The complete overhaul of the establishment is scheduled to be finished in November. So to accommodate for this disruption, the other dining facilities at Shell Point will be changing their hours, and the Friday Marketplace will be temporarily relocated to Center Court. We thank you in advance for your patience with these renovations, as we can't wait for all of you to see the final unveiling. I'm excited because that means a new menu.
Yeah, and I hear they're going to have a brick oven. And you know what that means? great pizza.
Yes, and other things. I know you can not only make pizza, but they can do casseroles and different dishes in it, so that'll be really
It's going to be
good.
amazing.
It will be.
Well, it's the weekend, which means it's time for another inspiring devotional, courtesy of David Pavey.